Now let's talk about building a portfolio. Now, when you first start out in woodworking, you're going to build one thing. If you're just now starting, you'll have one product that you offer for sale. That's the way I did it, and I'll show you what I did as we get into it. But I think once you start getting developed, you'll have a portfolio of products. Now, why would you need that? So, if you go to a restaurant, what do they have? They have a menu of products, right? A menu of food that you can offer. When you pull up to the drive-through at Chick-fil-A, there's several items there to choose from, and there's a reason for that. You give a little bit of variety. Now, you're still inside your niche, so you know you got to go to Chick-fil-A, you have a certain menu items. You go to McDonald's, you have certain menu items. You go to the steakhouse, certain menu items. So they're not trying to be something they're not, but you do have options, and so that's what we're talking about here. For instance, if you go to my website, 731woodworks.com, I have a menu of products. It's what we do. So we have build plans available right here. It's pretty easy to find them. We're going to click on the build plans and go there. And you can see we have items there. We have a menu of woodworking products. We're in the woodworking niche. So we have woodworking build plans. We also offer board butter and other things like that. So that's one of the ways to offer a menu of products. So you're going to do that with your woodworking project. So that, my friends, is the very first chair I ever made. That is the Jay Bates outdoor chair. You can see that it's fairly rough looking, right? And so I thought, when I saw it on his website, his looked better, but you can literally see still the stamping on, made out of stud 2x4s, really. And so this is the first product in my portfolio. And yes, your first product is starting to build your portfolio. Now, this is not how I sold that. We'll talk about how we set these up in pictures and sold this later, but that's the first product. And from that product, let's just look at it here. We got another one here that we looked at. This is the side table that goes with that chair. So now I've added to my portfolio. I have the chair and the side table to go with it. That's how you start building your portfolio. There it is, the set. We have 2 chairs and the side table. And this is part of the portfolio. We've got that set up, and we took a few pictures of them. I'll show you how we staged them here, but we'll get into how to actually take product photography later. But this is basically what you're going to do. That's a staged product. Doesn't that look much better than the previous photo? When you look at, say, the 2 chairs side by side, if you're looking at this to sell, like which one of those looks better, honestly, side by side? The stage photo. So that's how we stage them up to sell them. From there, this is what you got. So that's the exact same chair, just stretched out into a bench form. So there's another product in the portfolio. So now you can kind of see it also starts looking a little more refined, right? You don't see the screw holes, things like that, because I got a pocket hole jig. Started learning some other joinery methods other than just screwing things together. So you're going to learn that along the way as you build stuff, but it just looks like a cleaner product. Plus it stays for selling, as we talked about before. This is a nice little outdoor bench, but it's the exact same chair, just stretched out. So that's how you start kind of expanding on your portfolio. From there, we start adding other stuff like farmhouse tables. This is my first farmhouse table. You can literally see the pocket hole screws right there. But this is not a staged photo, but this is, I used to actually have to build things in my living room or foyer. It's like the side of the living room here. You can see down the hallway. This is where I painted and finished this product. I put some plastic sheeting down and done it right there because I didn't have anywhere else to work. This is before I moved into the garage. So you can use what you got. So you can see these are actually 2x4s. All these are 2x4s. You see the actual seam of the uprights right there. So you can start out with different things to try to grow your portfolio, but that's basically how we did that. If you want to see it staged or one similar to it staged, there you go. Similar style, 2x4. The plans are available there on the website, or if you've unlocked all the plans, you've got those. This is a farmhouse end table. This is the first end table I made. Very simple to build. Now, again, you're still in the farmhouse style stuff. You're building that portfolio up as you go along. Farmhouse style, little side bench, little entryway bench. Sit down, put your shoes on, or just have stuff there so you can set things down like your keys, etc. Those were really good sellers for us, actually, those little benches. Similar idea, a little kitchen stand, kitchen island, KitchenAid, what do you call those things? Mixer stands. Similar to that, I made a bunch of those and sold a bunch of those. All 2x4 construction. Very easy to build, but it's still in that farmhouse style. And that farmhouse style was hot. We sold a bunch of this stuff. But you can see as we start along, we just kept adding products to our portfolio, and we got very good at the farmhouse theme, and I was able to sell a bunch of those. This is a stove cover. There's that handle design I discussed earlier when you're talking about making your designs a little more unique. But those things were really, really good sellers for us, and still in that farmhouse theme, and we're still building our portfolio. So you start simple. You start with something singular that you're working on, and once that starts selling, then people will start asking you for other products. You can add those to your portfolio, and you can add those to your website. You can add those to your social media and things like that, so you'll be able to show those off. But it's very important to start having a few different products to help differentiate yourself from other people, and then you'll also start putting your own style into things, your own designs into them, and then your own creativity really starts building in that. If you can see that through the photos, they started out really rough. My stuff started out very rough, and that's okay. Those sold. It's just because it doesn't look, the perfect piece of furniture. It's fine. You got to start somewhere. We all start somewhere. So once you start, you'll get to refine that as you move along, and then you'll build your portfolio over time on different products. And that could be various things. It doesn't just have to be wood products. You see on my site, we've evolved over time, where we started out with a bunch of wood products. Now we're kind of narrowed down into the wood products we sell, and a more digital and or physical products like board butter, things like that. So you can really change over time, but having one thing to start with and then evolve that over time is how I did it, and I think it works well.